Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV. It's that time again of the night. This time it's the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Cars in action, live from the dirt track at Charlotte. The lights are being turned on, the night is upon us. Qualifying is just about to happen here for the fourth round of the Sprint Car Series. The first 4 weeks we've seen some fantastic racing at Eldora, Volusia, Knoxville. Hopefully we're going to see the same thing here in just a moment for the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Cars here at Charlotte. Let's get it underway. There is 3 minutes of qualifying. We're not going to be able to get all of the drivers on the racetrack. We're not going to be able to get everyone. You see Craig Dunn there having a bit of a moment in turns 3 and 4. Watching Lachlan Smith on screen at the moment. Bob King once again straight to the top of the charts with a 14.086. And well, let's say they're about 3/10 off the performance or the times of what they were after practicing. Jock Goodyear now with a 14.076. Bob King back to position 2. Brayton Davison in third quick. Lachlan Smith fourth quick with a 14.219. Can he go quicker? We're waiting for the time to come through. It's not going to be quicker. It's going to be a little slower with a 14.273. We watch the 5 of James Rice and the JR Productions and Media Ultimate Dirt TV BK Designs number 5. Try and rail this cushion here at the dirt track at Charlotte. First lap time for James Rice. What can he do? In fact, that was the green flag to get his qualifying times sorted here. A little bit just over a minute left. And, well, he goes with a 14.196. Jumps to position number 8. On screen in car number 29, Jake Maloney with a 14.186. Tom Callahan in the Altus Esports, car number 50. Sits quick time, the only driver in qualifying, with a 13.944. Here we go, Lewis Hewitt now. On the racetrack in the TTL Esports Dash Media Speedway footage, down under graphics, car number 2. He was quick time in practice, what can he do in qualifying? Second quick with a 13.972. A 13.972. Lap number 2 for Lewis Hewitt across the line. A 13.947, 3 thousandths of a second. Whoo boy. Harry Edwards, after making a mistake in the midget B main, falling 1 lap short, he thought the checkered flag had come out. So now we get to run through how it will all work here this evening as qualifying wraps up. Tom Callahan in car number 50 goes quick time here this evening. We have a 32 car inversion. Four heat races here this evening. The top 3 go on to the main event. The rest of the drivers will be back in the D and C main, and let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole of heat race number 1 in car 500, it's going to be George Fullerton. To his outside in the 152, it's going to be Mick Wilson. Inside second row after a horrible qualifying effort here in car number 11, it's going to be Joel Berkeley. At a position number 4 in the 55, it's Marcus Knitska. At a position 5, the 95 of James, in fact it's Zach Masters in the 95. At a position number 6 in car number 5, it's James Rice, who is your points leader for the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series after 3 rounds. Good qualifying effort by him. Out of position 7 in car number 51, it's Bob King. To his outside in car number 50, it's tonight's fastest qualifier of Tom Callahan. Inside row number 5 in car number 63, it's Scott Griffiths. To his outside, the 17 of Kane Blair lines up out of position number 10. And all is Pat Malone. At the back of this field in the Sim Racing, New Zealand Sim Racing, Speed Nation 666, it's Harry Edwards. Ten laps on the board, top 3 to the main event. Not sure where Masters is going.
Green, green, green.
Must have had some sort of issues there, and well, we go green and we keep an eye on that one there. Oh, well, Callahan wasting no time to make his presence felt here on the 5 machine of James Rice. Berkeley with a big time slide job on George Fullerton into turn number 1 and 2. That's for second. Keep an eye on Bob King as well. Oh no! Coming down the racetrack, Kaniska was there and the pair made contact. They both kept it going, and this is busy right now. Callahan, nowhere to go. The 17. Oh, whoa. Masters around. Rice just trying to, well, he's just trying to avoid all the stuff that's happening in front of him right now. Edwards up to position 7. Fullerton back to 6 right now. Slider from Callahan on Kaniska, that was. King now putting the moves on Wilson into turn number 1 and 2. Berkeley, however, will lead the first heat race of the night of the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series. King back there in second. Third is Mick Wilson in the 152, looking for his first main event start. But he's got Kaniska back behind him in the 55. 4 laps to go this time by for your race leader, Joel Berkeley, Bob King, Mick Wilson, Marcus Kaniska, Tom Callahan. Well, he's struggling right now. George Fullerton in 6th, Kane Blair, Zach Masters, James Rice, all fighting it out. Field 7th, 8th and 9th spot. Edwards back to 10th, near back to Scott Griffiths. Berkeley out in front by a decent margin. 5 car lengths down the back straight away. Bob King slowly starting to reel him in. The battle on screen right now. Wilson and Kaniska, and then you throw in Tom Callahan. Surely Callahan's going to be a favourite here with 2 to go. Kaniska looks to the inside of Wilson into turn number 1 and 2. Callahan looking to get around the outside of Kaniska. Ducks low into turn number 3 and 4, picking up 2 for 1. But Wilson fighting back on the inside. Wilson, can he put the moves on Callahan? Kaniska slides up in front of Callahan. Callahan down low down the back straightaway. Berkeley gets the win. The final minor placings. Bob King gets second. Kaniska gets third at the line, I think. Yes, he did. Whew, that was tough. Kaniska, a direct transfer into the main event. Mick Wilson, Callahan, Fullerton, Blair, Rice, Griffiths, Edwards, and Masters. All in the B, C, and D main. Heat race number 2. Up next, we take a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in car number 46, it's Aaron Humble. At a position number 2 in car number 78, it's John Schultz. At a position number 3, it's the 113 of Brenton West. At a position 4, it's Chicken Legs of Matt McCutcheon. At a position 5, it's the 121 of Ricky Sanders. Now at a position number 6, it's Lachlan Smith in the 911. At a position number 7, car number 96 of Darren Parmenter. At a position number 8, it's the 2 machine of Lewis Hewitt. At a position 9, the 94 of Brett Jr. Morris, picking up the win at the Knoxville Raceway last week. At a position number 10 in car number 38, it's Thomas Hunter. And at a position number 11 in car number 34, it's Daniel Page. So can the Kiwis go 4 for 4 later on in tonight's main event? They first have to get some drivers into the show. Now we can tell you that with the inversion for the feature race, there's going to be a 12 inversion. So Joel Berkeley will start position 12 in tonight's feature event. Bob King will start at a position 8. And Marcus Kinetsky will start at a position 4. So this is going to, your winner will start 11th. Second place finisher will start 7th. And a third place finisher will start position 3. So a lot at stake here for tonight's WP Concrete 360 Sprint Car Series. We're green and underway. 3-1, McCutcheon, Smith and Sanders. Now you throw in Hewitt as well. Hewitt working to the outside. Smith through the middle. 3 wide. 2 rows of 3 wide if you don't mind. Hewitt got by McCutcheon. Slider from Smith on Schultz. But Schultz powered back on the outside. Here comes Sanders through the middle and putting a slider on. Oh, the 113 just slowed up Lewis Hewitt. Schultz and Hewitt. Now here comes Brett Jr. Morris 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. McCutcheon on the outside. 3 wide down the back straightaway. He's buried in it right now is Lewis Hewitt. Oh, McCutcheon and Hewitt. Oh no! They both go around. Morris was involved with another incident with Parmenter as well. Top 3 right now. Aaron Humble, your race leader. Just think all that action happened in the opening 4 laps of heat race number 2. Smith in 2nd, Sanders in 3rd. Sanders, if he keeps this up right now, if he finishes 3rd, he will start P3 in the Razorback 121 machine. Putting the slide job attempt on Smith. No. Smith on the outside. And this is your battle for 2nd and 3rd at the moment. We're coming up to 7 laps complete in 2nd heat race of the WP Concrete 360 Sprint Car Series. Live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Smith with a slider on Sanders again. And geez, that was close. That was real close. These two guys are duking it out. Some of the best racing we've seen in heat racing competition. And these 360 sprint cars at the moment, in the opening 4 weeks, have just been absolutely phenomenal. Brenton West in the 113 back there in 4th. You go back to Brett Jr. Morris in 5th. 6th is John Schultz, Darren Parmenter, Daniel Page, Lewis Hewitt, and Thomas Hunter. Matt McCutcheon are only DNF. And Humble into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race number 2. Winner belongs to the 46 of Aaron Humble. 2nd will be Ricky Sanders. And 3rd is going to be Lachlan Smith. That will put Lachlan Smith at a position number 3 for tonight's main event. We'll take a look at our 3rd heat race here in just a moment. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid, heat race number 3. Starting on the pole in car number 33, it's Billy Ryan. Starting at a position number 2, the 21 of Matthew Ralph. At a position 3, the 25 of Nathan Clark. At a position 4, the 24 of Dale Grother. At a position 5, the 99 of Dale Jordison. At a position 6 in the 057, it's Craig Dunn. At a position 7, the 1RC Midget feature winner in car number 67 of Brayton Davison lines up on the inside of the 4th row. At a position 8, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Inside row number 5 in car number 61, it's Bryce Kenyon. And to his outside in the 41, it's James Robbie. Interesting note, tonight's 3rd fastest qualifier, Zachary Phelan in the 49, a DNS in tonight's heat race. So whether he is done for this evening, Billy Ryan and Matthew Ralph, our front row for the third heat race of the night. Here we go, 10 laps on the board. Heat race number 3. Another 3 drivers directly into the show. You finished third in this one. Well, luck's going to be on your side because you're starting on the outside of the front row for tonight's 41 lap main event. We are green. Big slider there from Billy Ryan, and well, there is once again 3 wide action. Dale Jordison through the middle, Nathan Clark, Brayton Davison as well, Dale Grother around. Craig Dunn had nowhere to go. You see Grother spinning in the background. Oh boy, there's a lot of action and a lot of racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte tonight. Once again, some of Australia and New Zealand's best going at it. Look at this 3-wide battle for second, third and fourth. Jordison on the top side goes from fourth to first. And Davison now follows suit. Oh, Jordison into the wall upside down. Craig Dunn in the team SETI Group Holdings, Wicked Cushion, 057 in fifth. Also on the outside looking in, Davison getting a run. Clark in that third and final transfer spot. The 21 of Matthew Routh showing these boys how to get it done. Oh, little slick into 1 and 2 there. This track is starting to get a little bit black on both ends of the racetrack, especially on the bottom. And you see on the top side, right there where Brayton Davison was running. Well, these Davisons, I'm going to call him for sandbagging. Oh, Matthew Ralph and Clark have contact. And now the third and final transfer spot really opens up. How about Bryce Kenyon from row 5? On the inside of the 61, he's just rolling the bottom side and avoiding everyone at all costs. Billy Ryan looking to start the main event on the outside of the front row, but Nathan Clark, your leader, with 3 to go. Both Dales back in the pits, Dale Jordison and Dale Grother. Billy Ryan in the Buffalo Wild Wings car number 33. Sitting in third spot, Matthew Ralph on the 21. Both drivers got the wings tugged back as this track gets slick. It builds a cushion. And Craig Dunn back to the pits as well. James Robbie back there in position 5, 6. He's going to be Bryce Kenyon as well. In fact, Kenyon, I believe, is back on pit road in the 61. He is so. Davison, half a lap to get it done. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race number 2. Nathan Clark getting the job done second. We'll go to Brayton Davison third. He's going to be Billy Ryan. And Billy Ryan, ladies and gentlemen, will start on pole. The fourth and final heat race coming up here. Let's take a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole of heat race number 4, we have the 42 of Troy Price to his outside. In car number 31, it's Scott Butler. At a position at number 3, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. At a position 4, it's the 9 of Ryan Harris. At a position 5, it's the 07 of Trent Gosley. At a position 6 is going to be the 19 of Darren Brumfield. At position 7, the 29 of Jake Maloney, making up a TTL row 4. At a position number 8, in car number 22, it is Jock Goodyear. Your final row on the inside, at a position 9, it's the 015 of Darren Lord. At a position number 10, in car number 30, it is David Sanford. Yes, team, that was a set of whoops on the back straight away. Fourth and final heat race of the night, and here we go. 3 more drivers locking themselves into tonight's main event. We take the top 12. I shouldn't say take top 12 because top 3 from each heat. Wait for the green flag.
Green flag.
You hear it? Green flag is out and we're underway. Fourth and final heat of the night. The WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series, and already, once again, we are 3 wide. Down the back straightaway, still racing in rows of 2 by 2. Sadler through the middle, Gosley as well. Harris up top in the 9 machine. Oh, Sadler got into the left rear of the 42, and we're going to have 2 cars piled up there. The 42 of Troy Price, the 07 of Trent Gosley. Jock could get involved in that one as well. And Sanford up to position 6 from position 10. Keep an eye on the 19 of Darren Brumfield. He's got Maloney in behind him right now. Maloney on the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. Nearly 3 wide. Oh, Brumfield shuts the door on Maloney. And now goes with a big time slide job. He's taken up a lot of this racetrack. Harris in second right now. Maloney in third. If he can hold off Brumfield, well, Maloney will be your pole sitter for tonight's main event. Not a known dirt driver from the TTL side. Putting on his big boy pants and coming to run with the big boys. Brumfield in position number 4. Right now you're watching the 9 of Ryan Harris on screen, right on the top side, getting a little out of shape. He's got the wing tucked back just a little bit. 3 and a bit remain here in the final heat race of the night. It's 42 of Troy Price back on pit road after an incident there. Darren Lord up to position 5. He's got Trent Gosley in the Rat Bag Games 07 machine, followed closely behind in 6th position. Lord to the top, Gosley down low. You watch the 2 TTL cars on screen with 1 lap remaining for your race leader in car number 31. Harris looking to start tonight's main event from position 5. Through turns 3 and 4 in car number 31. Scott Butler gets the win. Second goes to Ryan Harris. Third is going to be Jake Maloney, Darren Brumfield, Trent Gosley, Darren Lord, Jock Goodyear, David Sanford. Sanford beat Goodyear, in fact. No, other way around. Sanford, maybe a little frustration there. Sadler coming home in 9th and Price in 10th. Next we have our D main, 8 laps to top 4. We'll be in to the back of the C main. And let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for tonight's D main. Starting on the pole in car number 2, it is Lewis Hewitt. Unfamiliar territory for the driver of the number 2 machine. At a position 2, the 99 of Dale Jordison. At a position 3, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. At a position 4, it's the 95 of Zach Masters. At a position 5, it's the 38 of Thomas Hunter. At a position 6, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. At a position 7, the 42 of Troy Price. For the second week in a row, this driver starts in tonight's D main, the 666 of Harry Edwards. And at a position number 9, it's the 4 of Matt McCutcheon. One more time around the dirt track at Charlotte for tonight's D main. Top 4 continue on. Hewitt, Jordison, Sadler, Masters, Hunter, Phelan, Price, Edwards, and McCutcheon. We are green. In tonight's D main, yes, you heard that right, D main. Masters looking to go through the middle. Slider from Hewitt. Jordison tried to get around the outside, but couldn't make it stick and ends up into the wall in turns 1 and 2. Edwards already up to position number 4. We've got his teammate McCutcheon behind him right now, looking for all that 4th and final transfer spot as well. Edwards making it work on the top side of the racetrack. Not a lot of laps in this one, just 8 laps the journey. Edwards with a big time slider catches the left rear of Sadler and Masters. Well, he finished the job off. And McCutcheon up to position 3, Masters back to P4, and then Edwards back there in position 5. Hunter already out of this one, along with Zachary Phelan. Oh, Masters a little out of shape, and he pretty much says, here, Harry Edwards, I don't want to continue racing. A very weird moment for the 95 of Zach Masters, and I dare say that's going to be his night done for. You're watching McCutcheon on screen. Catching the 71 of Gavin Sadler. The second spot. Hewitt is gone by a second, over a second and a half. Nearly 1.7 seconds. Oh, McCutcheon thought about the big time slider. Realised he wasn't even going to come close to being clear in turns 3 and 4. There's a slide job though. Sadler turns it back underneath him. Sadler regains that second spot going into turn number 3. McCutcheon again thinks about the big slider. White flag is out in tonight's D main, and ladies and gentlemen, Lewis Hewitt has got 2 more turns in car number 2 through turns 3 and 4. He's going to turn a lot of laps. If he's going to continue on into the main event, he will get the win. He'll be in tonight's D main along with Gavin Sadler, Matt McCutcheon, and the D main bandit, Mr. Alphabet Suit, Harry Edwards, continuing on Troy Price, Dale Jordison, Zach Masters, Hunter as well. Now let's get set for tonight's C main. Let's take a look at the SETI Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in car number 17, it's Kane Blair. At a position number 2 in car number 96, it's Darren Parmenter. At a position number 3, the 057 of Craig Dunn. At a position 4, it's the 22 of Jock Goodyear. At a position 5, it's the 5 of James Rice. At a position 6, it's the 34 of Daniel Page. At a position 7, the 24 of Dale Growler, lining up alongside the 30 of David Sanford at a position number 8. Scott Griffiths in the 63 lines up at a position number 9. Then we go to our D main transferees at a position 10, car number 2 of Lewis Hewitt. Gavin Sadler on the inside of the 6th row at a position number 11 in car number 71. Starts alongside the 4 of Matt McCutcheon at a position 12. And Harry Edwards will start in position number 13 in tonight's C main. A couple of big names in this one. We keep an eye on Jock Goodyear, who also didn't make it out of the C main last week, I don't believe. James Rice, your points leader. Dale Grow, the one to watch as well. Lewis Hewitt, Gavin Sadler, Matt McCutcheon, and Harry Edwards. Here we go. This is 12 laps the distance.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Top 4 will continue on. The other 9 drivers, well, they go home and they watch. Well, they are home anyway. Almost anyway, except Jock. Sanford got into the back of Page in the 34. And, well, that allows the likes of Hewitt to get on by as well. He's got Griffiths in front of me, 3 wide from your C main drivers. McCutcheon working to the outside. Griffiths a little bit out of shape in front of Hewitt. Hewitt now going to the top, and here comes McCutcheon with a slide job. Oh, these guys, oh, McCutcheon and Griffiths made little contact on the exit of turn number 4. Hewitt, he's got 4 more laps to 4 extra laps to make something happen. Oh, Griffith just clouted Grother, who was a little slow, going into turn number 3 and 4, and Hewitt up to position 6. Darren Palmer right now riding in that 4th spot. He's got James Rice in front of him in 3rd spot. Jock Goodyear up to 2nd, now challenging for the race lead of Craig Dunn. 4 down, 1/3 of the race distance complete, 4 down, 8 to go. Well, contact between Goodyear and Dunn coming off turn 2. Rice in 3rd, Palmer to 4th. Blair in 5th, but not for long because here comes Lewis Hewitt. Hewitt trying to not do what his teammates did last week, i.e. Joel Berkeley and Jock Goodyear, and not make it out of the C main. Right now, Hewitt is 1 spot out. The 96 is just in front of him, and well, he's got 5 laps to make a move. This track is getting very tricky, especially on the top side of the racetrack. You see literally in front of Rice and in behind him as well. There is a 2-car battle. Oh no, Dunn and Goodyear. Rice got into the wall. Here's Hewitt's chance. Hewitt up to P4. And Rice unfortunately falling back to 6th, maybe 7th spot. How about Craig Dunn and Jock Goodyear? Look at this. There's your top 4. Hewitt making it 3 wide almost. He backed out of it. He thought better of it. Hewitt on the inside right now. Dunn trying to reclaim the lead from Goodyear. Goodyear for the 2nd week in a row, if he was unable to transfer from the C main, you just know the confidence would be at an all-time low. Slider from Hewitt on Palmer. Harry Edwards as well. He's up to position 5 with 2 laps remaining. We keep an eye on the D main bandit looking to continue again. His outstanding run so far from the alphabet soup. 1 lap to go. Slide job incoming, and there it is. Does he try and park it in front, or does he try and get the cushion? They race side by side down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Edwards has got 1 last chance. He tries to get the cushion, but Palmer's going to hang on, and Edwards' night is done. Jock Goodyear with a win. Lewis Hewitt home in 2nd. Craig Dunn in 3rd. Darren Palmer to 4th. And those 4 drivers continue on. And this time and this week, it's Lewis Hewitt going from the D main to tonight's B main. Our B main up next, 16 laps the distance. And let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on our Facebook page, hit the thumbs up on the video as well. And live multiple times throughout the week. And if you haven't, you can also check out our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/UltimateDirtTV. Hit the like and follow button on that one. Your City Group Holdings starting grid lines up like this for tonight's B main. Mick Wilson and Brenton West, your front row. Row number 2 on the inside, Matthew Ralph, and on his outside of position 4, the 19 of Darren Brumfield. Tonight's fastest qualifier, Tom Callahan, lines up out of position number 5. And at position 6, it's the Knoxville Week 360 winner of Brett Junior Morris. And at position 6, James Robbie out of 7th. Trent Gosley out of 8th. George Fullerton 9th. Out of 10th is John Schultz. Bryce Kenyon, Darren Lord out of 11 and 12. 13th is going to be Jock Goodyear. Alongside him is Lewis Hewitt out of 14. Craig Dunn out of 15. And Darren Palmer out of position at 16. "16 laps the journey here in tonight's B main. We take the top 5. Top 5 go on to the main event, the 41 lap main event. And here we go. Green flag is out, and our B main is underway. Morris going 3 wide. Callahan goes 3 wide as well. They almost make it 4 wide on the opening lap. Oh, Callahan just takes the front end out of Morris. Morris is done for. Hewitt coming through in 7th position. Callahan, who's pretty much cut half the field, he's going to have to lose a couple of spots. And look at this battle right now. Your top 6 on screen. And just think, we take the top 5 into the main event. Oh, Ralph in the 21, and look at who is coming. The 2 and the 22. Teammates Goodyear and Hewitt. Man, it is busy right now. For your top 5, Ralph leading from Wilson, West, Gosley. Schultz is in there as well. 3 wide, Brumfield. Look at this battle right now. 4 wide off of turn number 4. Oh, Gosley and Wilson come together. And talk about Lux of Fortune right now. Jock Goodyear up into position number 5. Hewitt making a run on the top side. Oh, there was a little contact with his teammate, but got out of the throttle. Uh-oh, slider there from Jock on Lewis. Jock on the inside, he gets by Schultz, as does Hewitt. And Hewitt, well, he rockets from 6 into position number 4. And talk about the alphabet soup, because look at him right now. I dare say that Hewitt's going to win this one. As long as he keeps it off the wall. If he rails the cushion, there's every chance that Ralph and Brenton West, they won't finish first, because the 2 right now has picked up position number 2. He goes to the inside looking for the race lead after starting position number 13. He's challenging for the race lead at the halfway stage of tonight's B main. 8 down, 8 to go. Slider from Hewitt on West. West with a nice crossover, and keep an eye on Goodyear in the 22 up top as well. On the outside of the 21 of Matthew Ralph, and then Darren Brumfield in the 19. Back there in that 5th and final transfer spot. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed by West right now. He was holding off some of Australia's best. Slider from Hewitt. Needs to time it to where he gets the cushion off of turn 2. But West back to the inside. This racetrack is tricky right now. Yes, it's on the cushion, but there is a couple of lines developing on the bottom side through the middle. And they've got to be careful, because down the back straight away, you feel those bumps. Now, to the bottom side, into turn number 3 and 4. 12 down, 4 to go. We're on board with Jock Goodyear right now. You're watching this battle happen in front. There's a little tyre smoke just there coming off the left rear of the 113, although there's no... Oh, Jock, that was close. And now looking at the back end of the Jock's car. We're on board with Lewis Hewitt right now. Watching from just above the tail tank. You can see the guys behind him as he works the cushion with just 2 laps to go. Now you're watching him work this wheel over. You see what it's like to run a lap around the dirt track at Charlotte. Just keep an eye on the front end. Look at the front end bouncing. Look at how much that car is bouncing right now into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Lewis Hewitt getting the job done and completing the alphabet soup from the D main. Hi, Jordan Mitchell. Hi, mate. You're alive again. Second win to Jock Goodyear, Brenton West, Darren Brumfield, and John Schultz. Rounds out the top 5. Tom Callahan, James Robbie, Trent Gosley, Matthew Ralph, Darren Palmer, Bryce Kenyon, Brett Jr. Morris, Mick Wilson, George Fullerton, all not making the show. In fact, Callahan, Robbie, and Gosley will. So we took the top 8 from that one. Now we take a look at our city group holding starting grid for tonight's 41-lap main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Starting on pole for tonight's 41 lap feature event for the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series round number 4 here at the dirt track at Charlotte in car number 29. It's Jake Maloney. At a position 2, the 33 of Billy Ryan. Lachlan Smith starts position number 3. Marcus Konecka will start at a position number 4. At a position number 5 is going to be Ryan Harris. At a position 6, that's Brayton Davison. Ricky Sanders scheduled to start 7th. Out of 8, there's going to be Bob King. Scott Butler out of 9th. Nathan Clark out of 10. Out of 11 is going to be Aaron Humble. Out of position 12 is going to be Joel Berkeley. Mr. Alphabet Soup, he's had his wheat mix today, starting out of position 13. Your D main, C main, and B main winner, Lewis Hewen, will start out of position 13. Alongside him is Jock Goodyear. Out of 15 is going to be Brenton West, Darren Brumfield out of 16. 17th is John Schultz, Tom Callahan out of 18th, James Robbie out of position 19, and Trent Gosley out of position number 20. "41 laps the distance here for the main event. Round number 4, the WP Concreting 360 winged sprint cars, presented by the Australian Speedway League. Round number 4, we've seen 3 different winners so far. Will we see a 4th? Or are we going to see our first repeat winner? Well, we're not going to get dirty for 30 because it's 41 laps on the board and we are green. Look at this, they are already 3 wide, multiple rows, and look at this 2 coming through the field at 25 of Nathan Clark, half spinning the car. And there's the reason for our first caution. Let's take a look at our Copies iPaint's instant replay. Look at that action just up front. 25 of Clark getting a bit of a helping hand there from Goodyear. In the 22, both went to the bottom side. Just an unfortunate incident where both drivers were carrying a fair bit of speed and unable to check up. Dean, you don't have to buy my autograph. I'm happy to give it to you for free. So in the first 3 weeks of racing the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series, I think we've seen a total of 7, maybe 8 cautions at best. We've seen some phenomenal racing at Eldora of all tracks. Yes, Eldora in round number 1. Round 2 at Volusia was some fantastic racing. Round 3 last week in the sprint car capital of the world at Oxford Raceway. Now we come to the home of the world finals, the dirt track at Charlotte in North Carolina. The 1RC midgets put on a hell of a show. What can we expect for the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series? We're back underway. 4 down, 37 remain. Oh, Harris, and I believe that was Konecka. Konecka's upside down. Yeah, the 55, contact with Ryan Harris in the 9 machine. And let's take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay. Back-to-back cautions here in the opening couple of laps. A little sideways. And then just caught the tyre coming back onto the racetrack from the grass. Generally, these guys like to get about 8 to 10 laps in before we see a couple of cautions, but things not going to plan at the moment. I'll tell you who is loving these cautions at the moment is the 29 of Jake Maloney. With these caution laps counting towards the total number of the 40 lap 1 feature event, he's happy to let this one play out under as many caution flags as he can, but I'll tell you what, as a spectator's point of view, we don't want to see that happen. We've seen some great racing in the heat races and great racing through the alphabet soups. For the guy that's passed the most cars, I'm going to hands down give it to the 2 of Lewis Hewitt. So far, he's had multiple chances to blow it. He hasn't blew it just yet. Dean, don't talk about toothaches. I've actually got one. Here we go. Green flag is back out. Maloney will lead Smith and Billy Ryan in 3rd. Brayton Davison in 4th spot as well, looking for 3rd. Bob King in the 51 in position number 5, looking for 4th on Brayton Davison. The right rear gets the cushion and he rails that top side, but well, he has to back out of the throttle right now because Harris is on the inside of Bob King looking for a slide job. No, through the middle. This track is tough at its finest. There is bumps all over the racetrack. Billy Ryan a little out of shape. Oh no, Jock Goodyear around. Oh, the 113 of Brendan West. Tom Callahan going upside down as well. He gets it back on all 4s. But Brenton West in the 113 out of this one, and officially our first car out after Ricky Sanders with a DNS there. Let's take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay here. So there was some initial contact that had nothing to do with what we're looking at. And Schultz putting the big... No, not Schultz. West coming through and Callahan in the 50. Unfortunately for West, he's ending upside down, and we'll see if Ricky Sanders, in fact, a DNS in this one, so it did not start for Sanders. So Brenton West, as I said, officially our first car to go back to pit road. Hey Tim, at least these guys start in 3 and 4, not on the back straightaway. It can't be too soon, can it? I think Maloney needs to take a page out of your book, Tim. Just go now. Lights are off on the pace car anyway. 27 to go. I mean, the racing's been great pretty much all night, except for, yeah, just this track with the way it is right now. Go, Maloney, go! Hey, you won't start on the back straight away, you're scared. Here we go. In the middle of 3 and 4, we go green.
Green flag.
Maloney gets us back underway. Davison on the inside. 3 wide for the race lead. Smith through the middle. And Davison with the slider. And here comes Bob King. Oh, contact with Smith.
Yellow, yellow.
Not Smith, it's King and Davison. And yellow is out. We didn't catch that, but we're going to go back and find out. I dare say it's going to be the 19 of Darren Brumfield. I could be wrong. Oh, there it is, Lewis Hewitt. In the 2 machine, let's take a look at exactly what happened. I never said it wasn't illegal. He's done so many laps tonight on this cushion. And just that first mistake he's really made all night. He spins the car off the wall and off the cushion down in front of some drivers. Somehow, some way, that car has not broken the rear end of that number 2 machine. And there he goes back to pit road as I say that. So we'll find his pit stall. Maloney, Smith and King. Pace truck in. Pace slowly starting to pick up. And gets back on the gas.
Green, green, green.
Davison trying to work to the outside in turns 1 and 2, trying to get by your third place driver of Bob King. As here comes Harris on the inside of Davison into turn number 3 and 4. You just see how much these guys are jerking at the wheel. Berkeley back there in 6, about to get passed by Billy Ryan in the 33. Oh, Davison into the wall. Ryan and Berkeley done well not to take out each other, and also the 67.
Yellow.
And the yellow flag is... Oh no, was that Harris? And Maloney. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at our Colby's R-Paints instant replay. It just got off the cushion. Passed by the car. King sort of... Wow, nowhere where Bob could go in that one. Sideways there. King was already running the cushion. Got in the back of Maloney. And Harris got involved of that one as well. So Lachlan Smith. He loves being called Lachlan. Two to green right now. So when we go back to green flag, 24 complete. 17 to go. See the officials are standing there doing nothing as always. He's keeping these guys intact right now. Make sure you head over to Australian Speedway League on Facebook along with WP Concreting, Colby's Eye Paints. Check out the 1RC Midget guys as well. You can also check out SETI Group Holdings on the web at www.seti.com. That's C-E-D-I. Smith, King, Maloney still holds third. Davison and Berkeley. Berkeley, mind you, has come from 12th on a track that has been very difficult to pass at some stages, especially with that cushion the way it is. And there goes Bob King around the outside of Lachlan Smith. But Smith, well, he's going to come back on the inside into turn number 3 and 4 through the middle. Bob King to the race lead, leading with 16 to go. Davison in third. Berkeley through the middle, and Goodyear up top, the 3 TTL cars. Almost 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. We'll see what happens in turns 3 and 4. And Goodyear, once again, working that outside of the racetrack. And this track, well, it's an absolute belter. Oh, Smith got sideways. Davison got around him. Oh, Goodyear into the wall. Berkeley turns it underneath him. 14 to go. Davison, for the second week in a row, he's running up front in the sprint cars. Here comes Berkeley. Oh, Goodyear into the fence. Somehow he's kept it off it. And Berkeley now trying to get into your top 3. Sitting in position 4 right now. Smith holding that down comfortable. Meanwhile, Bob King has pulled over a 2.5 second lead from Brayden Davison. There is the big Rico bomb from Berkeley. There's Goodyear as well. Finally, some green flag laps. Bob King with a 14.783. The next closest is Jock Goodyear with a 14.933. All the other drivers in the 15-second bracket. That just goes to show you the 51. He is on an absolute tear tonight. There he is out in front. Just rolling that cushion. 9 laps to go for your race leader, Bob King. Berkeley around the outside of Smith. Smith's going to put the slide job on Berkeley. Berkeley back underneath. This is a battle for third right now. I think they need to be halfway down on the racetrack, down the back straightaway, and even the front straightaway, because this track right now, there's a lot of bumps. This track has been absolutely torn up tonight. Smith continues to hold down 4th, and Jock Goodyear rounds out the top 5. We go back to Maloney in 6th, Schultz in 7th, Billy Bryan in 8th. 9th is going to be James Robbie, and Nathan Clark rounds out the top 10. Ryan Harris, Marcus Knitska, Darren Brumfield, Aaron Humble, Tom Callahan. Callahan's the last car. In fact, the last car to exit the racetrack. 5 to go. King has got nearly a 4-second advantage over Brayton Davison right now. Davison has now got pressure from Joel Berkeley in turns 1 and 2 with 5 to go right now. There's not going to be enough time for Berkeley or Davison to catch Bob King. Slide job Davison into the wall. He comes off the wall. The rear end is broken on that race car. With 4 laps to go, he may as well just stay out there because you got, I think, 3 or 4 laps with a meatball flag before you get disqualified. And there we go. That is one ill-handling race car right now. He slides it to the cushion. This is going to be dangerous right now. Oh, no. There was the contact. Smith trying to put it back on Davison. And there goes Goodyear and Davison. Well, he's going to continue to ride this one out. Goodyear up to position number 3. 5-second advantage almost for Bob King. I believe it was about 4.8 or 4. There you go, 4.724 that time by. Although I can say that this time is dropping, but it doesn't really matter because the white flag is out and Bob King is in lap traffic already through turns 3 and 4. And Bob King getting the win here at the dirt track at Charlotte, puts the 51 in victory lane. 2nd, he's going to go to the 11 of Joel Berkeley. 3rd home is Jock Goodyear. Let's quickly take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results. Bob King from 8th to 1st, getting the job done here this evening. Berkeley from... Bob, I'm missing your donut, sorry. See if we can get the results up after this one. We'll just wait for Bob King to do his victory lap. And maybe burn it down on the front straight away. So let's take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results one more time. Bob King in car number 51 getting the win. Home in 2nd was Joel Berkeley. 3rd was Jock Goodyear. Lachlan Smith in 4th. John Schultz, Brayton Davison, Jake Maloney, James Robbie, Nathan Clark, Billy Ryan, your top 10. 11th went to Darren Brumfield, Marcus Knitska, Ryan Harris, Aaron Humble, Tom Callahan, Scott Butler, Trent Gosley, Lewis Hewitt, Brenton West, and Ricky Sanders, a DNS in that one. Chat with our podium here. And not going to be able to get a chat with Jock, but we will bring up our 2nd place driver in car number 11 tonight. Joel, congratulations on 2nd. Man, that track was tricky to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I even went and loaded the 410 rough setup I made, and yeah, she was still motocross, and we had triples on the front and back straights.
How tough is it like that, especially on a track like this? I mean, especially going into turns 1 and 3 when your car's just bouncing. How tough is it to turn these 360s in there, you know, and try and, you know, stay off the wall, stay off the cushion, and then try and get back to the cushion to be fast?
Oh, it's hard to explain how tough it is to rail the top, trying to run fast, consistent laps, trying to pass cars and all them. And yeah, when you're pulling wheel stands down the straight and you don't know where the hell your car's going, or yeah, just hope for the best, really. Like, I think one stage there on the back straight with like 3 to go, I was bloody front wheels up and the rear wheels off the ground. I was like, oh god.
You didn't qualify all that well tonight. Somewhere where we don't normally see, you started 3rd in your heat, which would have put you probably at about 22nd or something like that. I mean, after qualifying, you go on and win your heat. You start out at 12th in the main event. It's all about points in this championship, and You didn't maximise your points after qualifying, but you certainly made it count for towards the heat race and also the main event tonight.
Yeah, that's right. I'm quite disappointed with my qualifying time. I shouldn't have went and tried to. I shouldn't have made the sub change I did before qualifying with no practice on it. But hey, it happens. Everyone makes these mistakes, and well, it's just it's going to lose a bit more on the championship. I'm glad to finally finish the race in the 360s for once, eh?
Well, I mean, after last week and not being able to transfer from the C main, it was disappointing last week in Knoxville. But what can you take out of Charlotte and take into other tracks as well on a track that was very tough to run? I mean, do you see this kind of racetrack anywhere else?
I don't think we see it so much anymore. It usually only like here in USA that usually the big ones for motocross jumps. Like I know Volusia used to get pretty bad, but I think it's better now. And yeah, this is the first time I've run Charlotte post this update, and yeah, well, it's still needs some off-road tyres to run that.
Yeah, maybe need to get the Baja trucks out here to maybe level this track out. But hey, congratulations on a second. But before we let you go and celebrate quietly with the team, I'm sure you got a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, thanks for it. Massive thanks to guys at TTL Esports, Hashmedia, Speedway Footage, Hyper Simulator, down to Graphics Style Designs, yourself at Ultimate Dirt TV, and everyone else that helps out. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to finally get a finish in one of these.
You almost said it. You almost said it.
Yeah.
You got second. Good job, Joel.
Yeah, we'll try again next week. Or 2 weeks, I think it is. But we'll try again next week in the late models and midgets at Linear.
All right, there we go. Joel Berkeley home in second place. Home with the win here tonight in a dominating performance on a tricky and tough racetrack. Bob King. Bob, congratulations on this win. Man, you must have been wheeling that thing like a wheelman. I mean, congratulations, first of all, on the win. But, man, these top side motocross jumps, I mean, did you think you're on a BMX bike or something?
Yeah, a little bit. You just sort of got to hold on a bit of it. Managed to get a pretty good lead and just sort of control it from out front. Sort of meant I didn't have to push myself into lappers and just controlled the rest from the front.
You talk about not pushing yourself into lap cars. You caught lap cars in the final 3 or 4 laps. That was you had a fairly dominant lead. Did you look at your relative at any stage and think maybe you could just back off and try and not run the cushion as hard as what you were?
Yeah, basically from when we got to about lap 30, I could see the lappers were about half a straightaway, so I started backing it down, just watching the relative, and still had about 4 seconds at that, and just didn't want to do anything silly in the last couple of laps, and still kept it over 3 seconds in the end.
What was the key here to finding victory lane here at Chart? I mean, there was a lot of laps turned on this racetrack, and a track that was pretty much slick from bottom to top. What was the key to to putting this car in victory lane here this evening?
There's a bit of luck because half the time it's where the front end wants to bounce and land, but you sort of get to know where the holes and the big jumps are on the track, so you can place it above or below and sort of in certain places use it to gain some momentum off as well.
All right, well, look, well done on the win here this evening here at the dirt track at Charlton, the 360 Sprint Car Series. Before we let you go and pop the bubblies, who makes it all happen for you?
The guys at Synergy Sim Racing, Trackstar Raceware, the Speedway Shop and Newline Oils, Australian Speedway League for putting it on, and Ultimate Dirt TV for their broadcasting.
All right, good job on the win, Bob.
Thanks, mate.
There we go, Bob King with the win here in the WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series. We've seen a few cautions more than what we've seen over the past 3 weeks of racing, but that'll conclude round number 4 of the Australian Speedway League and WP Concreting 360 Sprint Car Series. Brayden Davison with the win in the 1RC Midget Series earlier on here at the dirt track at Charlton. Bob King with the win here in the 360 Series. That'll do it for us here at Ultimate Dirt TV. I want to thank the guys at the Australian Speedway League for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action over the next, I think we've still got 8 weeks to go. So still plenty of action here on a Wednesday night. If you haven't done so already, head over to the Australian Speedway League on Facebook, give them a like and a follow, along with Ultimate Dirt TV. And if you haven't done so already on our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a cent, and you'll be notified when we go live. You watch some more iRacing, whether it's America's best American Racing League. We have quite a few of them throughout the week. We have 3, 4, maybe 5 shows throughout the week, and then obviously the Wednesday night we come to the Australian Speedway League where we see some of Oceania's best battle it out in Super Late Models, Midgets, and 360 Sprint Car Series. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we say goodnight. Well done to Brayton Davison and Bob King, your winners from week number 4 of the season. Good night.